Companies look at growth through organic or inorganic means. Sometimes you need acquisitions to grow. The BJP, which runs itself relatively professionally when compared to other political parties, is definitely on an acquisition spree. At last count, an approximate 150 politicians from across the spectrum have switched over to the BJP. Now, these range from councillors to MLAs to even Rajya Sabha MPs. So while the BJP gains numbers or goes on an acquisition spree in aggressive membership drive, it's also seeing previous opponents join the party in droves. While this definitely benefits the new joinees, no doubt, does it work for the BJP? Is the party's ideology and belief system not getting diluted by these opportunistic additions? How will the BJP continue to woo voters as they accommodate defectors? Will the acquisition spree not cause issues when it comes to distributing tickets and positions within the party? Now, speaking to us this evening on some of these issues, I'm joined by Sanjeev Srivastav, political analyst, Amitabh Tiwari, as well as Madhavan Narayanan, all political analysts and journalists. Welcome to the conversation. Sanjeev, let me start with you because we've seen a slew of leaders joining the BJP recently, right after the last elections really, and this has not happened for the first time. You know, even when the Congress has been growing in power, you've had defectors, but at this scale, and what does it really mean for the party with so many elements in who till recently have propounded an ideology very different to the BJP?
So, Tamanna, you have used all the business jargon that BJP is on an acquisition spree and whether it's growing organically or inorganically.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that the BJP wants to establish a monopoly. So, this to continue your lingo further, this manipulation or this acquisition should be referred to the Monopolies Trade Practices Commission or something like that. Because what is happening? I think it's not only a little bit immoral and what have you, politically incorrect, but the basic problem is what you have indicated at. See, only two parties have an ideology in the Indian context. One is the Communists and one is the Bharatiya Janata Party. So now they have taken 10 Congress MLAs in Goa. Now, I also hear that some of them may be suspended or rusticated again from the party. They will get 20 odd members hoisted upon them in Karnataka. They are planning similar coups in Madhya Pradesh, maybe in Rajasthan also. Rajya Sabha, most of the other party MPs are crossing over to the BJP.
Yeah.
So, in the end, what will we have? Will we have some kind of a Bharatiya Congress party instead of BJP? Or a Bharatiya all-party party? Because the BJP prided itself on being a party which believed in certain core issues like Article 370 abrogation, Uniform Civil Code, a certain ideology commitment where workers used to work for free. But now you are getting professional politicians in the party in hordes. Now where will that leave the party? So in the short term context, it looks very hunky-dory for the BJP, but a lot of BJP insiders now say that 5-10 years down the line, all this influx may actually deal some kind of a death blow to, if not the BJP, at least the idea of the BJP.
Interesting point there, Madhavan. Let me get you there. And yeah, Sanjeev, what you're referring to is the Competition Commission of India, which looks at complaints if there's too much of a monopoly in any sector. There's no such thing in politics so far. But, you know, Madhavan, I think you'll appreciate the concept of dilution of equity, which is what the BJP may face ideologically. Does it really matter? I mean, it's a question out there theoretically. Does it matter? Will it matter to voters? Does it matter to them that the people who are fighting for the BJP are the same ones who, you know, were opposing them tooth and nail just a few months ago?
Yeah, I think let's take the questions in some order. I think this is a bit like not dilution of equity. You could say it could be like some kind of IPO of a certain kind,
Oh.
where you're giving an exit to yourself. But there is another way of looking at it. Let me go back 30 years, and when we used to hang out with Govindacharya, who was then the powerful General Secretary of the BJP, and I'm reminded of him frequently these days, because he used to say, we are not the alternative to the Congress, we are the next Congress. Meaning, we are the overarching Ganga-like force where the tributaries will join in. So, they had this strategy, the RSS had this strategy right then, except that the kind of dilution they are having now is not qualitatively what I would have expected. Sanjeev has already elaborated on the moral and the ideological issues. Let me just give one stray example, or not stray example, as a representative example. When BJP came to power in Delhi to run the local government, everybody was expecting Madan Lal Khurana to become the chief minister. But what we saw was the outer Delhi's Jat power, as we may say, weighed over Madan Lal Khurana's long years in the party as an ordinary worker, and Sahib Singh Verma ended up becoming the powerful chief minister of Delhi. So therefore, this is particularly not new to BJP either in idea or in execution. And then I'm not even going anywhere near Yediyurappa, who symbolizes everything that the BJP claimed it was not. Caste as well as corruption are part of his baggage. Okay, so basically we have to ask a serious question on whether BJP is living up to its promise and what does it mean for its future. Let me put three things here. First thing is that it is part of Amit Shah's politics right now to cobble up as much power in the Rajya Sabha as possible, and therefore he is a man in a hurry who doesn't want to miss the chance to legislate through the Rajya Sabha if he can help it. That is a near-term urgency. The second thing is that I think the rural voters who are being wooed by the BJP through various combinations of development schemes may not be immediately swayed, but they might even gain from some of the local influence of the defectors coming in. But the morale of the cadres will be shaken, and whether the BJP likes it or not, the urban middle class is a thought leader in the Indian polity, and this class, which has historically associated BJP with something that the Congress would do, such as corruption or Article 356 or defections, is probably going to discount. Therefore, just as the pledging of shares by a promoter in a company leads to a share in the fall in the value of a company, the BJP's moral value in the eyes of what I believe to be a very influential middle class will fall. This will have long-term repercussions, though not short-term ones.
Will it though have repercussions? Amitabh Tiwari, let me take the examples of two states recently in Karnataka, where not so much as crossovers, but there were resignations from the ruling parties, and it was whispered and largely believed that the BJP had a hand in it, though they've not got a chance to join in formally. In Goa, where a large block of MLAs just switched over overnight. Do you think it's made a difference to the perception of these governments, or while the image of Modi overpowers the politics of the BJP, sab maaf hai? Even this will be taken in its stride, because at the end of the day, as per his supporters, it leads to better governance.
See, BJP is currently the hot property in the job market. So people want to join BJP, and in that madness, a lot of MLAs and MPs from different parties are joining the BJP. It's also in an expansionary mode. So it wants to consolidate its position in the states where it is strong, as well as gain entry into the states where it is weak, piggybacking on these hoppers. So this is a strategy of gaining entry into markets where it does not have a presence. So let's say TDP MPs in Andhra, even in Goa, it did not secure a pure majority. So it had won only 17 out of 40 seats, and by the crossing over of these 10 MLAs, it again consolidates its position there. So what is happening is that people are flocking to BJP because they are not confident that they could win on a Congress or a regional party ticket. See, it is the aim of BJP to occupy the position which was once held by the Congress,
Yeah.
which is being in uninterrupted power for, let's say, 25 years,
But-
1952 to 1977.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
it is its strategy.
No, but I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt
So
you, Amitabh, but I'm just making a point there because something that, Madhavan also mentioned, Sanjeev also mentioned is BJP, the new Congress. Can it be? Because the Congress, in terms of ideology and what it stands for, has been pretty broad-based, which can accommodate anyone and everyone. It's not the same as the BJP. It's not the same as the BJP. The BJP has a very different USP to its consumers, so to speak. Its brand value is very different. So there has to be some kind of brand synergy between those joining and the company in this context.
Yeah, so the brand synergy is that
Yeah.
the people who are joining want to be in power, and BJP is the party which can provide them with the power. See, ultimately BJP is the new Congress, and you can have many examples as to how it is the new Congress. It has power in the hands of few. It believes in personification of Modi and Amit Shah, like the Gandhi family. But what is key here is that until and unless these people who join the party do not dilute the ideology of the party, see, the party remains firm on its ideology, which is Hindutva, Article 370, Article 35A, Uniform Civil Code. Till then, the hardcore worker of the BJP, which is the RSS cadre, would not mind it. In fact, many might see it as strengthening of the party. Many might see it as an opportunity to gain access in markets or gain strength in states where it is not there. But as Madhavanji said, the urban voter, which has been a stronghold anchor vote segment of the BJP, may not like it or is already not liking it, and in social media there is a lot of noise about why some MLAs or MPs who were not of good character or had previous bad history were admitted. So when there is admission in hordes, there are bound to be admission of wrong people into the party, and that is what BJP has to be wary of.
Okay, Madhavan wanted to come in with a point. Yes, Madhavan.
I think it's a very pertinent point I wanted to make, which is that Congress also used to be called a Hindu party during the partition time, which is why Maulana Azad became very important, so much so that he was called a showboy. So what happens is BJP is now trying to appropriate those leaders of the Congress who were then considered sort of Hindu, not exactly in the RSS sense, but somewhat, like Madan Mohan Malviya or Sardar Patel or something. But interestingly enough, today Amit Shah yesterday constituted I think he was heading a group on lynching. So they are responding to allegations of being anti-minority. Therefore, what happens is that whenever a party, let's take the Congress or the BJP, the Congress uses the mobilization strategy that is left of center, but once it comes to power, it tries to consolidate by shifting slightly to the right, by becoming slightly more pro-business and or more conservative. Similarly, the BJP uses a slightly right-wing approach to mobilize votes, and then having done that becomes very practical, because once you come to the seat of power, you cannot rabble-rouse anymore.
Really?
You have to become tame.
Have you seen a dilution? Have you seen it, Sanjeev? I'm going to come to you on that point, and I just want to bring up the example of Jignesh Mevani. Jignesh Mevani is one of the many who has joined BJP in the recent past. One of the young Turks of the last Gujarat assembly elections has criticized bitterly the Prime Minister, the BJP, the leaders in the state, and then switched over. How does that go down? How does that go down with voters, with followers of Mevani? And has the BJP really shown any signs of being centrist or diluting their core principles in the time they have been in power, about 5.5 years now? Sanjeev?
Mevani, has he joined the BJP, or you're talking about Alpesh Thakur?
Alpesh Thakur. Alpesh Thakur.
Alpesh Thakur is the
Alpesh
one,
Thakur.
or maybe I missed out this.
Yeah, Alpesh Thakur, sorry.
Alpesh Thakur, okay. So Alpesh Thakur is an OBC Thakur, so kind of he saw greener pastures, a typical opportunist trying to be fast on the uptake, upwardly mobile leaders of the country who are all flocking in towards the BJP side because they see near term that's the party which will be the party of government. So they don't see a future for themselves in regional outfits. With see Neeraj Shekhar joining, crossing over from Samajwadi Party, Sanjay Singh moving, the Amethi poster boy of Congress, who incidentally was earlier in the 90s in the BJP, going back to BJP with his wife Amita. So these are all people who think that their bread will be nicely buttered, or this is the greener side of the pasture. So this is an opportunistic lot, and the BJP is fine with it apparently. And while we are saying that BJP wants to be the new Congress or wants to be the Congress of the yore, when Congress party was the central overarching political force in the country, then in some ways Congress is the new BJP. They also want to move a little bit to the right center, not be seen too much as Muslim pandering, going for their temple runs, doing all of that. So right now what is happening is that the BJP is on a high. It is on a roll. Someday this bubble will also burst like the Congress bubble burst. And then one of the reasons which every analyst will discuss is that they diluted their equity too much. They forgot their old loyal employees while trying to hire fresh business school graduates or whatever from other companies. So in that analogy we can discuss endlessly.
Well, we're all having fun today with all the business terminology.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, what the BJP stood for, certain core values, and who is it inducting? People who have no value but to stay in power. Now that's a contradiction which can be seen even by a blind person, but in its quest for power and quest for control, and like Mr. Tiwari said, Mr. Amit Shah being a man in a hurry, and Mr. Modi being too pleased to give all his blessings to Amit Shah, all these things are not relevant. They are seen
but it's going to be sooner than later.
The RSS would like to a civilizational view.
No, the challenge is going to be sooner than later. Amitabh wants to come in, but the challenge
what will happen to the BJP workers in the 10 constituencies?
No, Maharashtra elections. Let's talk about Maharashtra elections.
In the 10 constituency of Goa, where you have now Christian MLAs joining the BJP, what will happen to the Hindu right who has been opposing them all through?
Okay.
Will they not move towards the Congress now?
Okay. Now,
I don't know what the answer is.
No. Amitabh, come in with the point you wanted to make, but Sanjeev says that sooner or later it will balance out. I'm saying, what about the Maharashtra elections? You're acquiring assets, quote unquote, in droves, and you have to give people tickets then. The old timers will say, where are we going to be rewarded for our loyalty? Yes.
True.
See, and just on Alpesh Thakur, I think Alpesh Thakur was not in Congress. He just joined the Congress party before the elections. And if you talk to certain insiders there in the state, he had got allotted 5 or 6 people ticket, all of them who lost. So he in a way was responsible for the loss of Congress in that election, and that is why even Congress was not keen on keeping him. Now this acquisition strategy is very important with respect to the Maharashtra election. BJP chief has said that 50 MLAs are in touch with him of the Congress and NCP. Some 7, 8 or even 10 have already resigned. So what is happening is that BJP already won 122 seats on its own when Congress NCP were in a much better shape, when Modi wave was comparatively lower than what it is currently. So BJP is admitting people. So this shortfall of, let's say, 23, it wants to admit, or it wants to make up through MLAs of Congress and NCP, and this is going to have an impact on the alliance in the Maharashtra. I can put my neck out and say that the alliance in Maharashtra is not going to continue for the state elections, just like 2014. Because you already have 122 MLAs. If the alliance fructifies, because both of them contested on 288 seats, so almost 300 people they have to deny tickets to, And even the positioning of Shiv Sena, if you see, is like that they are preparing for a standalone
plenty.
contest, because Shiv Sena also now sees. Sorry?
Yeah. No, I'm saying problems of plenty. These are the problems
Hello?
of plenty
Sorry?
when these are the problems of plenty
Yeah.
when a party is up on the rise and at the height of its power. Yeah. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. Amitabh, just wrap it up quickly because I need to end
Shiv
the
Sena
show.
also
Yeah.
feels.
Maharashtra,
Yeah.
Maharashtra,
Yeah. Shiv Sena also feels.
Yeah.
Shiv Sena also feels that they can possibly occupy the opposition space left by Congress and NCP.
But they were doing
because
both
Shiv
last
Sena,
time round.
piggybacking
They were-
on BJP
they were
and being the
doing
number
both
2 in
last
the
time
alliance
round.
has no future.
They were doing both last time round. They didn't even need
Yeah.
to pretend not to be in power. I'm absolutely out of time. But Sanjeev, I'll give you one line. I'll give you one line.
No, I was just saying that in terms of Maharashtra, the BJP also has the advantage of a popular face in Devendra Fadnavis.
Yeah.
So, yes, but again the problem is that if they get 50-60 people from NCP and Congress, then only 120 odd people, 150 odd BJP people will get tickets.
Yeah.
So, what government are they going to form? Will it be a BJP, NCP, Congress government?
Yeah.
Technically speaking, yes. Because those people, they're birds of fair weather, they will flock again to whenever they see the timing is right.
Well, it's all about market share.
Long term,
it's all about
not
market
doing BJP
share.
any great service.
Yeah, in business
Yeah.
strategy, it's all about capturing
Yeah.
market share one way or
Fair
the
point.
other. So to end this discussion on that analogy, if it's all about capturing market share, well, the BJP has a strategy which seems successful for now. We'll have to see the long-term impact and whether it leads to brand dilution. I want to thank all of you for joining us in the debate this evening.